Good afternoon, sir. This is Talunga Primrose. Good afternoon, sir. This is Talunga Primrose in Group Elwaga, and this is our presentation for the assignment given to us. Our names are Kuyotwin Faith, Talunga Primrose, Kauchi Amza, and Deng Elijah, following our registration numbers respectively. The first slide shows us the questions that we are given to discuss. The first question is, what is loads? What is IoT? The other is advantages of IoT, challenges affecting IoT, components of IoT, give any sector in Uganda with challenges that can be solved by using IoT, describe how IoT can be used in that sector. So my part is the IoT, what it is. And IoT stands for the Internet of Things. And this is a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals, or people that are provided with unique identifiers, that is the UIDs, and the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. So IoT simply refers, like it basically indicates to the rapid growing of network of connected objects that are able to collect and exchange data in real time using maybe the embedded sensors. It deals with the Internet of Things, basing onto the devices that are used and the cloud as well, between the devices and themselves. So that is the simple illustration of IoT, the Internet of Things. My other part is, we were requested to discuss about the advantages of the Internet of Things. Since we've known what the Internet of Things is, the best advantage of the Internet of Things is money. It is cost effective in its operation. Once we are using this Internet of Things, we get money due to its cost effectiveness in the operation. People yield money because the facilitation and the production is done widely. So there is a much yield of money. So there is profit while using Internet of Things. The other point is communication. So with communication, through the marketing and business development, devices can be used into communication and even the people managing them. So there is effective communication within the business. So there will be no problem amongst the users of these business devices. So all assets are able to communicate with the devices well. Even the users have enough interaction, so there is efficient communication. Efficient operation in management is another point, whereby since we are using Internet of Things, we are using devices. So there will be no problem in the management of any business. So the operation goes on smoothly and efficient. Information is also improved due to the devices being used. So there is transferring of data packets over a connected network, and between the connected electronic devices, there is improvement of communication since it is now devices to devices, machine to machine. Better quality of life. That means there is improved lifestyle. While using these devices, the lifestyle of the people using this Internet of Things is improved, basing on the way things are going on. There is a better way of using resources, which helps in the productivity of good yields and the good products and services. So the quality of the people, the quality of life is automatically improved or better off than before. The other thing is automation of daily tasks. This leads to better monitoring of devices. Since we are using the Internet of Things, devices automatically, the tasks are automatically moving on, like automating tasks helping to improve the quality of the business services and reducing the need for human interaction. So since the devices can work together with devices and human can work together with human, so here we are looking for the devices working together with other devices. Tasks can go on so well and quickly. So there will be smooth automation of the daily tasks that are going on in a particular business. Improved safety, improved work safety. Since devices are working, like we can work on computers here, we can have our lectures wherever we are due to the Internet of Things. We are using network, we are using CDs, we are using flashes, we are using different devices. So there is improvement and things are safe. Everything is safe due to the Internet of Things. There is improvement and work safety. It is safe for every user. It also saves time. Using Internet of Things, time is saved. One doesn't have to move from place to place. One can sit in one place and do a specific task, and it is done well and in time. So it saves time, and into this, it also saves money. There are no much costs that go on that can take on this. So there is time saving. There is also improvement in customer service and retention. Dealing with customers becomes easy, and there is a strong improvement in this because there is access, the ability to access information from anywhere at any time by any device is improved. So even with the dealing with the customers, everything will be done in time and it will be of better quality. Thank you so much. This is Salunga Primrose, and I call upon the next discussant who is going to take us through the challenges affecting Internet of Things, and that is none other than Mr. Kauchi Amza. You're welcome.
Yeah, I like the way how you go with me. Thank you, Primos. Thanks. Thank you, Primos. Yeah, I like the way you introduced me. This is Coach Amza, and I'm going to take you through the challenges that are affecting IoT. Reduce the volume a little bit.
No, let her put earphone because she's the host.
I'm going to take you through the challenges affecting IoT, Internet of Things. And you know that IoT has first grown to be a large part of the human being's life, and we communicate and do business in that. All across the world, we are enabled, we have enabled web-enabled devices that are turning our global rights into a greater switch on the area that we live in. There are various challenges that are affecting IoT, and these are broken down into like three parts. We have security challenges, we have design challenges, we also have deployment challenges. I'll just pass through a little bit. I'll just take you through one by one. The first one, we have security challenges, and in security challenges, we have the first one, which is called lack of encryption. Although encryption is a great way to prevent hackers from accessing data, it is also one of the leading IoT security challenges. This drives like the storage and the processing capabilities that would be found on a traditional computer. So the result is an increase in attacks where hackers can easily manipulate the algorithm where they were designed for protection. We have the insufficient testing. We have insufficient testing and updating with an increase in the number of IoT devices. So the IoT manufacturers are more eager to produce and deliver their devices as fast as they can without giving security too much. Like they don't give it a little more thinking. Most of the IoT devices or the products do not get enough testing and updates, and they are prone to hackers and other security issues. We have the risk of the default passwords. As we know, most of the devices that they come with the default passwords. So weak credentials and login details leave nearly all IoT devices vulnerable to password hacking. As that any company that uses factory default credentials on their devices, this is placing both their business and its assets and the customer and their valuable information at risk of being susceptible to these attacks. We have another challenge, which is that IoT devices are prone to malware and ransomware. And with the increase in this device, ransomware uses encryption to effectively lock out the users from various devices and platforms and steal the users' valuable data and information. They steal the valuable information of the users of these devices. An example is like a hacker can hijack a computer camera and take pictures in a certain house. Maybe have my house with a camera, which is an IoT device, like it can connect directly to the phone. Hacker may come, hijack it, and take pictures of how I live, who take the pictures of my things, my house, and other stuff. Those are where the security challenges that we are facing. We have the design challenges. The design challenges, we have the battery life is a limitation in most of the IoT devices. As we know, these IoT devices, most of the times they are placed somewhere, not connected to power supply. Either let's take an example of a camera, we just fix it somewhere, it's not connected to that power supply. So issues of packaging and integration of small size chip with low weight and less power consumption. If you have been following the mobile spaces, you have see how every year it takes there is no restriction in terms of display, the screen size. Another design challenge is have an increased cost and time on market, the time to market. So the embedded systems are largely constrained by the cost. So the devices that they use, they are high cost, as we can see. So then these they need to originate to drive better approaches when designing these IoT devices in order to handle the cost modeling or cost optimally with digital electronic components. Designers also need to solve the design time problem and bring the embedded devices at the right time to the market. Another design challenge is we have what we call security of the system. A system have to be designed and implemented to be robust and reliable, to have to be secure with a cryptographic algorithm and their security procedures. This involves different approaches to secure all components of embedded systems from prototype to deployment. And now let me take you through the deployment challenges. First of all, must have connectivity. It is the foremost concern while connecting devices, application, and cloud platforms. We see that connected devices that provide useful fraud and information are extremely valuable. But poor connectivity becomes a challenge where IoT sensors are required to monitor process data and supply information. Okay. We have cross-platform capability. Across capability, we see that IoT applications might be deployed. Keep in mind that the technological challenges of the future. Its deployment requires a balance of hardware and software functions. It is a challenge that IoT application developers to ensure that the device and the IoT drivers the best in performance despite the high device rates and fixing. Thank you. Let me call upon the next one to take us through. Next one. Okay. Staying the light. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hamza TCK. Okay, Hamza, for giving us that very good word about that nice presentation. Actually, let me take you guys through the components of Internet of Things. Components of IoT, we have several components. So, as we said, IoT means the Internet of Things, the interconnection of things, of devices. Well, is a particular or specified network. One of the components, Internet of Things, is the device. Device, these are things like for example, the computers, the pads, the phones, the switches. Those are some of the devices which are involved in the Internet of Things. Most of the devices, they can be connected to low power wireless networks like Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Bluetooth, Z-Wave, LoRaWAN, etc. Those are some of the things which are connected to the devices. And each of these wireless technologies has its own pros and cons in terms of power, data transfer, and overall efficiency. As we all know, the risk of insecurity over the internet, because nowadays there are a lot of hackers, a lot of malicious hackers that have developed new technologies breaking the firewalls of these particular systems over the internet. Now, the development in the low power or the low cost of this wireless transmitting device, they are promising in the areas of the IoT nowadays due to its longer life and efficiency. The next component is the gateway. The gateway, for example, in a local area network, what do you mean by a gateway? A gateway simply means a router. A router that transmits, controls, and manages traffic over the internet. Now, for the IoT, when it comes to the field of IoT, we have things like the Raspberry Pi gateway. This is a device. It is a device that manages the bidirectional data in different networks and protocols. It also translates different network protocols and makes sure interoperability of the connected devices and sensors. Gateway can also be configured to perform preprocessing of the collected from the sensors logically before transmitting it to the next stage. The next component, which is component number 3, is the cloud. Cloud itself. Now, Internet of Things cloud is a sophisticated, high-performing network of servers optimized to perform high-speed data processing of billions of devices, traffic management, and analytics. Distributed database management system are one of the most important components of IoT, and they're also connected to these devices and the servers, which is cloud. For example, we take the Apple Cloud, the Google Cloud. There are several companies that have invented these clouds. So they have billions of terabytes of space where data can be stored, can be processed, where also these devices are also interconnected to the cloud, and they offer storage of secure storage of data. Components number 4 is analytics. What is analytics? Analytics is the process of converting analog data from billions of smart devices and sensors into useful insights, which can be interpreted and used for detailed analysis. Smart analytics, these are actually, which I said earlier, converting analog data from billions of smart devices. They are converters, they act as converters. They provide solutions to the problem of analog signals and digital signals. One of the major advantages of the IoT analytics, the real-time analytics, it helps engineers to find out regularities in the collected data and act fast to prevent undesired scenarios. Also, service providers can prepare for further steps if the information is collected accurately in the right time. Number 5, which is one of the components, the most important component is the user interface. It's all about the visibility of some of the features used in the IoT devices. The tangible part of the IoT system, which can be accessible by users and ease interactions. Designers will have to ensure well-designed user interface for minimum effort for users and encourage more interactions. Now, nowadays, modern technologies offer smart interactive design to ease complex tasks into simple touch panels controls. Multicolored touch panels have also replaced hard switches in our household appliances, and the trend is increasing for almost every smart home device. So actually, these were some of the components that I came up with. Another one is the system security. Actually, these were the main one. The system security, which is the installation